and welcome to another lastminute.com late to the party edition of Pimp My Diecasts, and we're dealing with the 57 Thunderbird for the Back to the 50's invitational. It was on my bench and one thing and another this month. I'm forever mega delayed with work and everything else. And here I lost the beginning of the video, the drilling out, etc. There, as per usual, I've drilled through the bodywork. So I'm doing some filling with a bit of Umbro body filler and then some Tamiya extra thin poly to just wipe over the top and smooth it out. Here I'm mixing the colour, which will be applied later. I'm making like a turquoisey teal colour, if you will, a sort of 1950s colour. Out of here I'm using Vallejo model colours, mainly because I've got a load I'm thinking of going over to Tamiya, but they're quite nice paints. Quite enjoy using them. Half the battle is getting used to acrylic after many years on enamels. And here I'm using Tamiya black wash to bring out the grill detail. And here I'm putting in some Tamiya clear red. I'm presuming the lights, they may just be decorative parts on the bumper. I've not took a look, just take the risk with it. Should look nice anyway. And here you can see the grille detail, and I'm putting in the indicators with Tamiya clear orange. There is a trick I use later, and I don't think I caught it on the video, that'll be quite interesting to some, especially when you get coloured screens on vehicles. It should be interesting for people to observe. And here I'm just putting, hang on, still doing the indicators. I thought I was onto the number plate then, but it's just the indicators I'm doing. I have been to my doctors and they think at the moment where we're up to is it was an unsuitable medication. It seems to have stopped a lot of the tremors I had, so let's see how we go really. Have to monitor my blood pressure every day because I'm on blood pressure tablets, but there you go. Anyway, here I'm sanding off the filler with what amounts to production paper. It's fairly for the size we're working in, it's a coarse grain, but for normal projects it's fine grain really. And I brought it down to here, something like 1200s wet and dry, just to get it smoothed down. You can go to higher number wet and dries, which is finer grits, but I find 1200's perfectly sufficient. Unless of course you're rubbing down bits in clear coats and want to polish them up again, then the mega fine grits are more advantageous to you. But that was fine for the case we wanted it for. And there we are. The next case will be I wire wooled it next to get off all the tarnishing, etc. Which here we go on polishing up with the wire wool on the sides, the bonnet I even give a couple of seams a bit of a file. You can see all the bits that have fallen off there. Off the wire wool there we were going with file. And here I'm putting some primer on. And now I'm starting with a beige. Well, more of a creamy colour. Bottom part half of the bodywork. Because I'm going to be doing it two-tone. I actually looked through examples online and I couldn't find a 57 Thunderbird two-tone anywhere. Whether it just wasn't done or what, I don't know, but it does really suit two-tone, the actual car. There, I'm still spraying the beige on. I keep saying beige like it's more of a creamy. And here I'm starting painting the interior. First off with a teal colour, because the colour actually echoed the exterior of the car. And they were a really beautiful car in the day. Very beautiful automobile. And here I'm going to be spraying the teal on the top surfaces. Teal, aquamarine, turquoise, all, you name it, it has all sorts of names for the colour. But it's basically, most people would call it turquoise. But I'm an artist, so I come up with so many names for the basic colour. And it does look nice in it. There I've used some auto body pin striping tape of the sort you'd use if you were spray painting flames. Back in the room. And there you can see me nicely painted nails. You can't say I'm not a fashion victim. And trying to paint on some more. And here we go. I'm back on the colour again. And as you can see, it's taking the colour nicely now. And it is quite a beautiful colour. By no means an unusual colour in the 50s. And here we are doing the contrasting colour on the interior. The cream is contrasting with the teal. To stop it moving while I'm painting it, I've put a blob of blue tack on my mat and then stuck the part on it so I can paint it without it moving off with the pressure of the paintbrush. I still get a bit on top of the dash, but it's nothing you can't remedy with a brush full of the teal. There you have a look at my knuckles while we're there. Now I'm wiping off the extra, then discovering I'm taking the teal with it, so then I thought, well, don't worry about it, I'll tidy it up with the teal after. And here I'm doing the sides and back and I'll do the pattern on the upholstery, which I looked at some Thunderbird interior photos and it's pretty much what we're done with them, and it looks quite effective, to be honest. I mean, back in the day when you looked at these, they were such a beautiful design, and that if you had money, I mean, why wouldn't you because they were really a money person's car. But why wouldn't you? They were so beautiful. And here I'm just doing the steering wheel black for that bit of contrast to the interior. I could have left it the turquoise, because some did have turquoise steering wheels on the turquoise coloured cars, but I thought black looked better. It contrasted better with everything around it. I didn't go the full hog to paint the chrome trimming with the Molotov marker pen, but it looks quite good as it goes. And another long shot left on that. I do it all the time. And here we are coming up to the next part, where I'm painting details on in silver with a Molotov pen. I'm painting the door handles here, and I also painted the headlights, the tail lights. I painted the tail light ready for the red to go on, the Tamiya Clear red. I paint silver underneath so it makes it look like the reflector behind it. And I had a go at the badge as well, the Thunderbird badge on the bonnet, although I didn't do as nice a job as I did on the spare wheel cover. The spare wheel cover, because I'd polished the bumper and the spare wheel with silver water salt. The Thunderbird was chromed, so I painted the turquoise colour over the top, and I just put it up to the badge and it gave a perfect outline. So then with the chrome I sprayed over it with my clear coat, so it protected the clear buffed up and should look nice for years, or so goes the plan. And here I'm just touching in colour where it's been sprayed over, or oversprayed even. Here I'm still Molotoving in the headlights. Oh no, sorry, I'm doing red on the tail lights there. That's the Tamiya liquid, the Tamiya Clear red, sorry, paint being used on the tail lights, and gives a nice effect. And by then I clear coated both sides, and here I've found a nice set of wheels that suited the car. They're a green light set. I'm not so sure whether it's the GM or Ford set. Could be any, but I know they're green lights anyway from one of the sets. I'll try my best not to get the axle stuck in my thumb this month. And here I'd have been putting on the rear wheels, and there we go, the chassis with the wheels in place. They look good there, but boy do they look lovely when it's the full car. It looks awesome. And I've done quite a bit of overlapping on this one, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to blather for a while. I'd like to mention a couple of folks. I'd like to mention one. Who made me think of this casting for the Back to the 50's build. He's over at Matchbox Resurrection 1, I just was not doing the front steering that you did. No way in this world. I'd like to mention me Scouse mate, whatever his channel's called this month. I can't think of it now. But he does some good builds on there, keep your eye out for him. And here we go, here's the finished result. If you look at the windscreen, it was yellow. And to counteract that so it looked the greeny tint, I used some Tamiya blue clear over the top of it to get rid of the yellow. Because obviously in school you taught yellow and blue make green, so that was the theory I used. I painted blue clear over the yellow and it's give a greeny colour. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed watching, by all means subscribe. And by all means also hit the notification button. Thank you to all my subscribers that I have already. Without them I really wouldn't be carrying on. I'd think, sod it or whatever. They're really great, some lovely comments off them. And see you later. Thank you and bye.